I'm Martha Neitz, a friend of Susanne Whited's, helping her with her exceptional exit plan. I'm reading her journal for Saturday, March 21st, 2020. "Don't touch my six-pack," my 7-year-old Mika just said those words to her adult sister Megan. They have completed their third round of spontaneous exercise breaks. Mika was playing with her toys and Megan was using the family computer as I worked from my computer. Megan hops up every 20 minutes or so and she and Mika do a quick exercise. The first round of spontaneous exercises was 25 jumping jacks. When Megan hopped up for the second round of spontaneous exercise, she told Mika, "Pick a number and an exercise." Mika picked 30 push-ups. Ah, the foolishness of youth. Mika rarely bends her elbows for push-ups, so they could be called rockers. Megan bends down to chest parallel elbows and then rises, so I think they should be called dips. I told them when I exercised back in the Stone Age, we started push-ups on the floor, all the way up, all the way down. My parents probably did push-ups with one hand, and my grandparents probably did push-ups with rocks on their backs. The third round of spontaneous exercise was 10 mountain climbers, and now that I'm about to wrap up writing about them, round 4 is 15 sit-ups. The girls needed to pause after 4 sit-ups because our big dog kept trying to lick Megan in the face. When they finished sit-ups, Mika said that was the hardest exercise so far and went outside to play. Spontaneous exercise could be a fun coronavirus bonding experience for them since Megan has been laid off from her 2 of her 3 jobs and has more free time. I was getting ready to write about one of my clients when Mika's sentence caught my fingers. I got up today to find an email with an attached article my client and I had discussed she write. My client sometimes has difficulty deciding where to start a project, and the subject was time sensitive. So I told her I would write a draft and then she could rewrite it in her words. I wrote a page of 5 tips and sent it off to her last weekend. I did not try to write like my client does when I wrote the article. I did not even try to write like I do. I just wanted words on the page to give her a place to start. I imagine she opened my file, read it, and thought, this is not what I would say at all. Her next thought was probably, how would I say it? She said it in 3 pages instead of 1, and it does not look like what I sent her at all. She did use 2 of my sentences in her article, and I thought, woohoo, I wrote those. My client called me yesterday to let me know the article was finished and being proofread, and to tell me of an idea she had of another way to use the article in her business. It was a great idea. This morning, as I read the article, I had another idea for a different way to use her article in her business. I sent her an email and asking her to call me today so I could explain it to her. She said she had the same idea and then laughed and said, "You notice I did not mention it." I laughed too because my idea is related to another project she's having difficulty deciding where to start. We will be working on both the related projects next week. We were able to make all this progress because I recognized my client's weakness and then acted. I understand how hard it is to start from a blank page, so none of my journal pages are blank when I open them. I have the month and year on the top. My piece of advice to you is at the bottom. Those few words make a big difference. Removing the blank page is what I did for my client. I sent her a full page and told her to make it better. She made that page so much better because that is her strength. My piece of advice to you is to acknowledge your weaknesses and embrace your strengths. My client hired me to look for her weaknesses and find a way to compensate, whether that being me doing the work she is not good at or telling her where to start her project. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and for some reason, most people wallow in their weaknesses instead of shining a spotlight on their strengths.